Mixed reality on the Quest 3 or Quest 3S is one of the coolest experiences you're going to have with this headset. Now, you may be new to this if you've just picked up a Quest 3, or if you've just picked up a Quest 3S, then congratulations, welcome to the family of mixed reality headsets. And not only that, welcome to some of the coolest experiences you can have where you turn your own space into the game. Now, today I'm going to be telling you about 10 games that you should definitively be playing in mixed reality. And not only that, 10 experiences that are going to vary from each other, giving you the best sort of rounded experience that you can have in this. Of course, if there's anything that you think I've missed or games that you think that should be added to this list, then let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions or queries, down there as well. Other than that, if you enjoy this video, do smash that like button, as it does really help these videos get seen by more people. Without further ado though, let's dive into our very first game, and that is Guardian of Realms. Now, Guardian of Realms is where you turn your room into the battlefield. This is a power fantasy game where you get to have your sword and shield and slice and dice your way through a bunch of enemies. It has two different game modes in there, where you have either Protect the Crystal, where you have to place a crystal in your room, and the impending doom is going to come in from the outside. We're talking a bunch of different guys coming in to attack you, and of course in that you need to be protecting your crystal. Not only that, but there's those other little devilish creatures we call the Beholders, which fly into your room shooting fireballs at you and other sorts of things and headbutting you. They will come in to try and attack you and attack the crystal as well. And then we have Sandbox, where you can make your own fun in this, spawning in waves of enemies, destroying them and getting, well, kind of brutal in your own way. Not only that, but this also has an inbuilt mod loader built into the game as well, so that you can just pick from a plethora of different mods, changing out your weapons, changing out the enemies, changing out your environments, doing all the fun stuff that you can imagine. It's fully moddable, so you can get in there and change this out to suit you and have the experience that you want. Next up, we have Drop Dead the Cabin Home Invasion. Now, honestly, this game is freaking top tier as well. In this one, you're going to be able to turn your room into the cabin, and you're going to have to defend that from an impending doom coming in from zombies. Whilst doing this, you're also going to have to protect your radio tower in order to be able to extract at the end of this experience, using a bunch of different cool weapons that drop and spawn for you as you go through this. There's a couple of really cool things that will happen to you within this game, like, well, massive things breaking through your walls, or of course zombies smashing and breaking into your windows and doors as well. Honestly, this is a freaking cool experience, and one I highly recommend that you give a go. Next up is Starship Home. If you've ever thought about maybe flying your bedroom into space, well, now you can. In this one, you actually literally turn whatever room that you play this into your spaceship, where you're going to be able to fly through space, doing a bunch of cool missions, and really kind of a bit of horticulture. You're going to be basically getting a bunch of different random space alien flowers and looking after them. There's a lot more to this game though, so don't just think it's like that. It's kind of like the Stardew Valley of mixed reality in space. That's a lot of words. But honestly, this one's freaking dope. Next up is a really cool... Next up is Demeter. This is a really cool platformer that you play in mixed reality. The cool thing about this is you get to literally walk around your environment, interact with the character in a whole new way that you've never done before. This is actually a really cool experience within mixed reality, and not only that, it's got some freaking gorgeous environments that you go into as well. The interactivity of this, it really lends itself to mixed reality, as you can walk around the levels, you can see it from all different angles, and you can just get involved in this platformer in a way that you've just previously never been able to do. Next up is a small experience, but one you really have to try, and that is Ocean Rift VR. In this, you're actually able to turn your room into an aquarium, where you can select each of the walls, even the ceiling, to turn into glass panels, where you'll be able to see outside into either like some crazy ass fish, or you can go back to like prehistoric times, or even feed sharks. This is honestly one hell of an experience that has blown my mind multiple times and freaked me out just a little bit, because I'm not the biggest fan of sharks. But it's such an interesting way just to see the use of mixed reality in your room, and a high recommend from me just to give a go, because this one's not only fairly cheap to pick up, but it's just a really convincing, awesome use of mixed reality. Now, if you're like me and you like Lego, well then Lego Bricktales is going to be for you. Honestly, this one is one I still keep going back to. It's an adventure game where you actually go through kind of a bit of a platformer again, I guess, and you get to go through building Lego and of course playing through the story. This one's got a really cool story to it as well, as you go through adventuring, and honestly, I just freaking love this. There's so many moments in this game where you actually get to stop and have to build the puzzle to be able to solve it, and that of course means actually building Lego in mixed reality, and it just freaking feels great, man. I mean, I'm a huge Lego fan, so for me this is always going to be a win, but honestly, this one just feels freaking awesome in mixed reality. And not only that, there's also a free mode where you can sort of just build some Lego as well if you want to. Next up is Espire 2. This one has a bunch of mixed reality missions that you can get into and basically turn your room into the action hero scene, making walls into windows, doors appearing where they shouldn't be, hatches appearing in your ceiling where they fly through to attack you. This one has got a full-on sort of action experience, and in this you really feel yourself just running around your space, just getting freaking hyped. Another cool thing about mixed reality, of course, is that there are no boundaries, but you can literally see your physical surroundings, so you don't have to worry about punching walls or running into something terrible. You have that complete freedom where your body becomes the input. And honestly, this one is a great show of that, as you get to wield around your guns, knock out people, do some stealth kills, hide some bodies in some cupboards, and well, just get a little crazy. Definitely a fun one that you need to try. Please Don't Touch Anything, Housebroken. Now, if you're familiar with the Please Don't Touch the Button franchise, well, this is a continuation of that, where you're going to have a console appear in your room, and if you can fight the urge, which no one can, you'll need to touch that button in a multitude of different ways. Each time you do this and solve the puzzle in a different way, you're going to have a multitude of crazy things happen, from nuclear explosions going on outside of your window, to aliens invading you, to flooding your room, or turning your floor into lava. There is so many different crazy things that can happen to your room in this. I highly recommend it, as again, it's just a great showcase of what mixed reality can do. And not only that, it's just a bloody fun game with a good sense of humor running right the way through it as well. So if you like your puzzle games, this one's going to be for you. You're going to have a freaking awesome time. Next up is Infinite Inside. This is a beautiful blend of both mixed reality and virtual reality. Probably one of the best use cases we've seen right now of how to blend both mixed reality and VR together into one experience. Now, in this, you're going to have this beautiful puzzle box that's going to appear in the middle of your room, and with that you're going to have to solve a bunch of stuff, including going inside of that puzzle box is where the VR comes into this. Now, this is a freaking fantastic example of a game, and I truly love this experience from start to finish when I went in there. It's got a beautiful story that is basically followed up by like this incredible mixed reality experience that you keep diving into and out of, both the VR and MR experience throughout this game. Top notch, really highly recommend this one if you like your puzzlers, and you're going to have a great time with it. And last but not least, we have Trackcraft. Now, this is such a fun little game where you get to actually build tracks around your room, racing them, as well as a full campaign and a bunch of other cool things like licenses and all that you get to do within this game as well. There's a ton to do in it, and you even have multiplayer built into this now. Yeah, you heard me. There's like co-location multiplayer, so if you and your friend both have a headset, you can get together and you can actually play this one in real time together in mixed reality. So it's kind of like the Hot Wheels of the, 90s kid, where you'd get your mate over and play with some Hot Wheels, but you can actually do that in real life now, well, real life mixed reality, and you can get together and actually sort of do this in a co-location experience. When you do this, it's freaking awesome and a very unique way to be able to play a game. Mixed reality and co-location go together really well. The only sad thing is, of course, like the reality is, it's pretty rare that you get two people with a headset in one household, but if you can, it's one dope-ass experience and I highly recommend it. Well, there you go, guys. That is the best mixed reality games that we have available right now, and there's quite a few variations in there to keep you busy. There is a ton more than what I've spoken about on this list, and I have a bunch of videos covering those things, so if you want to learn a little bit more, type mixed reality into my channel and it will pop up with a bunch of cool videos to keep you entertained. If you'd like to know more about what's coming up in the future, I also have a video covering that, so basically I have everything you need over on the channel, so why wouldn't you just hit that subscribe button? Well, I would appreciate it if you did, because, well, then you would join this channel, and of course I cover all things VR related and gaming, so it keeps you locked in and all the knowledge your way. Other than that, guys, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.